Obviously, it's hard to live with someone else. Basically, it's been a week that I'm at my girlfriend's place, and it's been great. She still has classes all over the day because she only has one holidays week. So because I have two, I can be here and tour a French city with her. And so during the day, I'm alone from 9 to around 4 or 5. We are Friday. I've done nothing of my week. When I say nothing, it's really nothing. Like my days, a basic day for me is waking up with my girlfriend. She is getting ready in the bathroom while I'm laying in the bed. And 10 minutes before we go, I stand up, dress up, go to the toilet, brush my teeth, put my shoes on, and then I go with her to bus stop, and then I go back here. And from there, I'm such an unproductive guy. It has never been that much. I've been days where I haven't walked, and most of the time it was okay because I decided not to walk, and it was meaningful. Like I wanted not to walk, I wanted to play, I wanted to watch something. Like it was on purpose. But for the past few days, it's been something I didn't decide. It was just, I don't know, maybe I was never in the mood. And it's been really hard. Like, I'm blaming myself. I'm like, just have to sit and type on your laptop. But even that, my laptop is just here on the desk. And even that, it's hard. Like, I have no motivation, I have no energy. I said it was because I was living with someone else. That's true and that's not true. Of course, I'm waking up with her at the same time. I don't stand up at the same time because we're not doing the same things. But it's kind of like her schedule is my schedule. And it's really hard because, as you know, I wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. Then I walk, then I go to the gym, and then my day goes off with the university, etc. Right now, my days are more like waking up at 8, I'm staying half an hour in the bed, and then I go with her and come back, and then I'm doing nothing. Like this morning, it's 1 p.m. This morning, I laid down on the bed, which is right now, for an hour playing on my phone. Like I installed a game yesterday and I played for an hour on it, an hour and a half, even. And these are really hard times. Like I don't want that, but it's happening, and I don't know why. I'm like, maybe this is because I'm not going to the gym anymore. Maybe this is because I'm waking up late and staying in bed, so it's still foggy in my brain. I don't know. But the best part about that is that I'm conscious that I'm not productive. And during the week, this led me to develop kinda a productivity system. Very small, very minimalist, but kind of efficient. Right now, in my second brain, which is all the notes I've got from like 2 years ago, I started 2 years ago to note everything and sort them in folders and etc. And this is synchronized between my laptops and my phone. In my second brain, I've got a new notes, which I created like a week and a half ago, maybe, which is named To-Dos with a S, because it's a note just filled with everything I have to do, thanks to a plugin. When I'm creating my daily note, because I've got a note for every day in my life, there is all the tasks unfinished that appeared in my daily note, which means that every day when I'm waking up and I see my phone, I see the notes and everything I've got to do. And this is already good. This is like something when I'm like, okay, I've got an hour free, what could I do? I take my phone and I've got things in 2 clicks. That's really good. But there are things that are not doable at any time. Some things are maybe go post something, post a letter, go play something, go do that. And so it's not ordered, like it's really just dumped here, and there is a list, a full list, but it's not organized. So this is bad. So during this week, I created something based on the Eisenhower matrix. Eisenhower had a matrix where he had 2 columns and 2 rows. The 2 columns were important and not important. The 2 rows were urgent and not urgent. And so he would take his to-dos and he would put them in every box he has. Like, he will decide, okay, I've got this to do. Is this important? Yes, no, okay, maybe it is. We'll say it is. Is it urgent? Nope. Okay, here you go in the 3rd box, and he will do that with every to-do he had, and then he will have a big table with a box with everything urgent and important, everything not important but urgent, everything important but not urgent, and everything else which is not urgent and not important. And this is a great matrix, a great hack in order to know what to do right now, because it's urgent and important. What to delegate right now. These are the things that are urgent but not important. Maybe you have to, let's say, buy paper nuts. You have to delegate it. So maybe you have to order it and make it delivered at your place. This is a delegation because it's not yourself that is going to buy it and getting back here. Maybe you can ask someone else to do it for you, etc. This is delegation. Then you have the to-dos that are important but not urgent yet. These are to plan. Like, maybe I have a lecture in a month to prepare. I still have got time, maybe in 3 months, let's say in 3 months, which is really far from now. It's not urgent, but it's important. You have to plan it. Maybe you will plan it like for a month before starting to get ready, 2 weeks before, being able to recite it, to speak it out loud without any problem. This is important but not urgent, so you plan it for the future. And then you have everything that is not urgent and not important, which are not to do at all. This is a great matrix for Eisenhower. He was a powerful man, so he had a lot of responsibility, so he had a lot of to do, which means that it's really interesting for him to have, it was really interesting for him to have the 4 boxes. For someone like me, which is just a normal guy in his university years, I can't have any to-dos that are not to do, in fact. Like, if I have something to do, I have to do it, even if it's not urgent and not important. And so, my own version of the Eisenhower matrix is that I rate my to-dos on a scale. I rate my to-dos on a scale from 0 to 5 on the importance and on the urgency. Let's take an example. I've got here a to-do which is to implement 3 functions I've got in my Script AI application. I have to implement them because I built them, but they are not implemented yet. This is important at 4 and it's urgent at 2. So it means that it's really important. I want to work on Script AI. This is important for me, but it's not that much urgent because I can do it next week. I can do it the week after. Like, it's not urgent this much. And how I sort them based on the importance and the urgency is multiplication. This is actually the second element of my to-do list. You can see here it's the green thing, so there is something else just over. And I've got a third element, which is the duration of the task. Because sometimes I've got something that is not urgent, not important, but that will take like 3 minutes to do. For example, making the bed, so that the bed is clean. It is not that much urgent, not that much important, but it's only 5 minutes long. So I added the duration, and now the sorting method is not based on the importance and the urgency. It's based on importance times urgency divided by the duration, so that the longer the to-do is, the further it is in my to-do list. If we have something that is not important, not urgent, but very short, like making the bed, it will appear at the top because we'll have 1 times 1, divided by 5, which means you have 1 divided by 5, it's 0.2, which is better than something at 4 and 2 divided by 60. But now, there is something else. The duration is not as important as the importance and the urgency. Of course, something that is only 5 minutes long is fast to do and can be in the top of the list quite easily. But I can't live my life based on doing something that only lasts 5 minutes. Like, sometimes I have to work on 1 hour long tasks. We're not dividing the importance and the urgency by the duration, but by only a quarter of the duration. We now have a list of to-dos sorted by the importance and the urgency, divided by the quarter of the duration. And so, I now have a productivity system which gives me everything I have to do in an order that I set up before, like during the week, but right now it's way more organized. I'm not in a foggy brain. I have something that is helpful to know what to do right now. And when I will come back to Lannion, when I will start working again with my routine, with waking up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m., walking, going to the gym, etc., I will be as productive as before, and even more, because right now I've got a system which helps me to know exactly what to do right now. And even if I had a shitty week, sorry for my word, the great thing that came out is that I've got a system that is better than before. And this is good. Like, even if I didn't work on Scriptera, even if I didn't make any great video, even if I wasn't as productive as I would like, after this week I will be better than I was. See you next week.